So we're in the studio. We've got the girl Aiva. What is going on, Aiva?
Hello.
Now, I need to sort your mic out, so I just want you to just tell me the first thing you did when you woke up this morning.
Oh, I woke up this morning, played the track from yesterday.
Yep.
Worked on the lyrics.
Yep.
That's about it, really. Didn't have breakfast.
Why didn't you have breakfast?
Never have breakfast.
You don't like breakfast?
No.
Are you not a breakfast person?
I'm not. It's the worst meal of the day.
Right, that's sounding good. We've got Aiva live
Good.
in the studio. You're in the place. Everything's sounding good.
Good.
Introduce yourself to our listeners.
Aiva, singer-songwriter from London. What else do you want to know?
Tell me when you first got into the music game.
Do you know what? I hear this question asked from artists all the time, and they
Yeah.
always say, like, as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, as long as I can remember.
Now, what were your parents listening to? Because I find this is always interesting. If your parents are listening to something good, or you've got an older sibling, it kind of colours your musical, what you get into.
Do you know what? My parents are Persian, so they were listening to Persian music.
Yeah, and you didn't want to go in that direction and do like Arabic music?
No, it wasn't really how I expressed myself, because I grew up in London, so you know that's what I know. So that's how I got to, I don't know, get to express myself. I love Persian music, but
Yeah.
it's not what I do.
Now, what part of London are you from?
North London.
So you're repping North London, yeah?
I don't know. I'm repping all of London right now, you know, because I'm like central, so I'm just like repping everyone.
Well, that's what it's about, man. So we're really excited to have you on board here today.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna play some of your music. How would you describe yourself as an artist? If someone wanted to ask me, what's Aiva's music like? I mean, you know, obviously I've said certain things to people. We've been working together on some stuff, which has been wicked. But you know, how would you describe your music to someone?
Do you know what? I don't have a genre until like this track is finished.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of just be like, oh, this is jazzy, or this is like dubstep, or this is EDM.
Yeah.
It's only because like it just comes out depending on what I've gone through.
Yeah.
And then the vibe is just there. So I'm lucky enough to work with Benny at Power Studio, and he just brings out the right vibe of the song, and it could be any genre. So
Now, Benny is your producer. As you
Yes.
said, he works out of a place called Power Studio, which is based in Fulham.
yeah.
How did you meet Benny, and how did that link come about? Because he's not. Tell us, actually, let's do it like this. First, tell us a little bit quickly about Benny's like background, who he's worked with, anything like that.
Benny's worked with some amazing people. I mean, he doesn't really even need an introduction, but Power Studio's massive. I was just fortunate enough, really. I didn't have a formula like how I came across meeting him, but I just did. I called him up, and he heard some of my stuff, and yeah, so far it's going amazing. So, but I'm growing as I'm in that studio, to be honest, as a person, as an artist as well. Like, he's the most amazing producer but mentor at the same time. It's kind of hard to find in this industry, so so he's done some amazing things.
Now, he's worked with Plan B. He's worked with Paloma Faith.
Yeah,
Some different. He was.
endless names, isn't it?
He was a
I'm
chart
not even name
topper.
dropping right now.
He was a chart topper back in the 80s as well himself,
was.
wasn't he? Led kind of a mad life. So that's cool that you got that kind of vibe. Now, you've worked with artists like Oxide, haven't you? We're going to play that track today. General Levy.
Yeah, that was big.
4i, who's shout out to 4i, man. Shout out to Dom. He was our
Yeah.
track of the week last week. So
He's really good. They're all really
wicked.
good.
So yeah, so let's get into your first one. How about you introduce it for us? Let's get into He Said.
This is Aiva featuring 4i. He said, listen carefully.
So there's a real sultry kind of vibe on that. It's Westside FM. It's your boy DJ Illatek. We got Aiva live in the studio. We just played He Said. Really, really liking that, man. Now, how did that
Thank
track
you.
kind of come about? What's the story behind that?
Do you know what? Every song is real. It's something that's happened. And with this one, I kind of just wanted it to be like what everyone goes through. You know, when you just like meet someone, you're not sure how serious you are at the beginning, and then you kind of end up surprising yourself, like how deeply in love you are with that person. So that's kind of like what it was about. Then I got in touch with 4i because I liked his stuff online. I thought it was wicked, so I kind of just told him like there's this track and it's real, and I need it to be like, I don't want like generic lyrics, if you know what I mean. So he's good like that. He just talks real. So yeah, he jumped on a track and this is what happened.
So you're clearly a singer-songwriter. You write
100%.
as well, which a lot of people don't. And I think it's important to really explain that not all singers actually write their own lyrics, because there's not actually the knowledge out there. Some people don't really realise that. And for you to be writing your own tracks and that kind of stuff, that's cool. I mean, where do you draw your inspiration from when you're trying to write your music?
For me, it's just from real life, which can be difficult sometimes because you've got to like face what's happening at the same time as being honest about it to like loads of people, which can be difficult sometimes. But when I'm in the studio, I kind of forget that I'm talking about myself. So I just kind of really honest about it, which it can be really difficult. But I don't know, I can't really get inspiration from like movies and things like most people do. I just kind of just sit at home and think about what's happened and just put it down on paper, take it to Benny, he just brings it out to life. It's kind of like a nice, I don't know, it's like your song is your baby, you kind of watch it grow until the backing track is there and you're like, oh my god, like this is exactly what I wanted. So
it sounds amazing. I mean, do you always draw your inspiration for writing from relationships and your love life?
No, I mean, as I grow as a person, the tracks grow. So that's why it kind of takes me a while, because I have to, like I said, like just look at my life in so many different ways. Family, friends, loved ones, just the world, anything that's like touched me that week, and I've just got to be honest about it, which sometimes I find really difficult. Like I'll be in the booth crying and be like, what is she doing? But no, sometimes it's just like that and you just got to be honest. So yeah, not always relationships, but I think that's just what most people can relate to a lot easier, because apparently like some things that might happen in my life are just quite rare. So but relationships are quite easy.
I think it's important to be real, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a term that is bandied about so much, you know, you've got to keep it real. But it's so important, especially when you're writing, to talk about what you know. And then it comes from, you know, a real place, a place of authenticity. And I think that's what comes out in your music. That's why I wanted to work with you, you know, that I can see that kind of vibe.
You're awesome live. I'm so glad you jumped on. I was just like, I can't do this on stage without you. But no, it's just like I think you've got to be brave though to be real, and sometimes I've got to like slap myself into it, because sometimes you don't want to be honest about what you think or how you feel, especially when you know that as soon as you put it on paper, everybody knows how you feel, and it's like, do you know what I mean? Like everyone knows I write real, so it's just a bit like, oh, do I really want to be that honest? But I just have to be at the end of the day, and Benny can always tell when I'm not being honest, and he'll be like, do you want to like do you want to be honest about that? So it's really cool.
You're not talking about driving Rolls Royces and, you know, bling bling on your wrist and all that.
No.
Which you could, that's fine, you know, that's a vibe. But now you've done some live performances. How have they been going? How long have you been performing for live? Where you've been performing live?
Do you know what? I was in Brighton for like 8 years. And the music scene there, it doesn't matter what day of the week there's live music. So that was quite easy. I was doing a lot of acoustic stuff, and then I was kind of jumping on dubstep DJ sets. So I was doing that live, and that was like a really good feeling to be live. Like their bass music is just amazing. Like,
so they were playing some bassy tracks and you were singing over the top?
Yeah, just like, you know how MCs would do it, but I'll just be like lyrically, because when I
love that. I love seeing that. I used to do that with a singer myself back in the day, and it's just so different.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. But it's like, because when I write lyrics, I don't use pen and paper.
I think it's important when you're doing that, you keep it short. Like bring someone on for like 10 minutes, not a whole set.
No.
So it's a powerful 10 minutes, and then take them out, and then everyone will remember that.
Exactly.
We have to do that.
We have to do that.
Excellent. We definitely have to do that. So where else have you performed live?
I've done Rise in London Central, and that was wicked. I did that with you. That was big.
Yeah, man,
it was packed out. It was like it was almost a fire hazard in there.
I know. When we were due on, getting myself to the stage was so difficult. Just literally, some girl in heels stood on my foot. I can still feel the pain to this day.
It was really packed out.
So I'm just going to get your track ready. This next track that we're going to play is Oxide, the famous Oxide from Oxide and Neutrino. Just tell us quickly, how did this one come about?
I wrote Paradise with Benny, and he's got loads of amazing people in that studio all the time, and I think they might have heard it, and they wanted to do like a sick garage remix of Paradise, which I thought was amazing. And then after we did that, General came and listened to the original Paradise, and he jumped on, and he literally just walked in the booth and did it straight. No prep. he was amazing. He just walked in and straight up he put all the vocals down. So it was all done really quickly. It was a bit surreal.
Sounds good, man. Now this is kind of a genre bender. We don't really play garage on this station, but for you we're going to make one exception, and we're just going to play this one. Why don't you introduce a track for us?
This is Paradise, Aiva, Oxide, General Levy, Power Studio. Yeah.
That track sounding well powerful. It's Westside FM with your boy DJ Illatek, and we're talking to Aiva. Where did the name come from?
Do you know what? That was just a moment of inspiration.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It just felt like me, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, I think it suits you. I definitely think it works. So that was Paradise. That's the Oxide remix. When is that going to be coming out? When can we hear that?
That's going to be a surprise.
You're going to keep us waiting for that. Fair enough. Now, how can we get access to your music?
Facebook. So it's Facebook/Aiva fan page.
Yep.
SoundCloud, Aiva Sound, Aiva Tweets, Aiva Pics.
Yep.
I'm literally on Aiva everything. So just just for Aiva and I come up.
It's all there. All right, Aiva, well, it was brilliant to have you. Definitely going to be playing your music over the next few weeks, months, years. Hopefully we're going to be having more and more stuff from you. And make sure you come back and visit us soon, right?
I will, thank you.
All right, excellent. Right, let's get into this Schoolboy Q. We've still got time in the studio. I'm here for another half an hour. Then my man Cairo is going to be up after me.
Sitting in the studio just trying to get to you, babe.